In today's video, we're going to explore Dzine AI, a powerful tool that lets you generate multiple images while maintaining a consistent character throughout. If you're interested in trying Dzine AI for yourself, head over to www.dzine.ai and log in using your Google account. Once inside, I've started a new project with a blank canvas. Now, let's dive into the character feature. Clicking on this section presents a few different options. If you don't already have a custom character, the first step is to go to Consistent Character Mode. Here, you can either select an existing character or create a brand new one. To demonstrate, I'll create a new character. I'll name it Shadow Ronin, and then upload an image I previously created in another video. The platform allows me to add anywhere from 1 to 30 images, and while more images improve consistency, I'll use a single reference image for this demonstration and proceed to train the character. The training process typically takes 30 to 40 minutes to complete. There's another method worth considering. By navigating back to the character section and selecting Character Sheet, I can choose a similar art style. This time, I'll stick with a 3D rendered design and create a companion character that complements my Ronin. Let's go with a mystical warrior, a hooded swordsman with glowing blue eyes, clad in dark armor with ancient engravings, fitting the same aesthetic as my primary character. After hitting Generate, 2 different images appear on the right. Among them, the second image aligns better with my Shadow Ronin character. Now, I have a few options. I can select character 1 or 2, add a variation, or even enhance and upscale the design. Since I prefer the second one, I'll proceed with building character 2. Next, I'll give my new character a name. Let's call him Eclipse Blade and start the training process. Now, my warrior duo is being trained, ensuring they remain consistent across future image generations. The entire process takes around 30 minutes, and it's important to note that you'll need to fully train one character before starting on another. Dzine AI offers a seamless experience, allowing you to upload images for a single character, or generate a character sheet with multiple angles to design another. You can choose between 2 effective training approaches to get started. Fast forwarding a bit, you can see that both characters have been successfully created. When it's time to build a scene, you can select any character. In this case, I'll pick Civifa, Shadow Ronin. With the character comes a short description and several automated prompts to streamline scene creation. For this example, I'll use a preset prompt and hit Generate. The images are generated in no time. The one on the left stands out, slightly off-center, making it an excellent option for a video scene. On the side panel, you'll see an Insert Character button. Clicking this adds the character to the canvas, and you can start masking the area for placement. For masking, you can use the lasso tool for precise selection, the brush tool for freeform adjustments, or the auto select feature, which automatically detects and positions the character. For now, I'll mask the area manually. There's also an option to invert the selection, enabling you to place the character outside the masked area. If you make a mistake, you can clear the selection. Additionally, you can modify the brush stroke size for better control. Use a larger brush for speed or a smaller one for fine details. Next, I'll choose Eclipse Blade and place him in a park scene, gently swinging his sword. After removing part of the existing image, I'll hit Generate to preview the result. From the 2 generated options, I'll select the most suitable one, which is then automatically added to the canvas. Adjusting the scene, I'll resize Eclipse Blade by double-clicking on the image so his proportions work better. Now, both characters are integrated into the scene together. Now, I'll head over to my character settings and choose the Consistent Character option. This time, I'll select Eclipse Blade and adjust the prompt to specify that both Eclipse Blade and another warrior are walking past a mountain. In this scenario, I'll add 2 characters to the scene. I've already set the canvas size to a 16:9 aspect ratio and clicked Generate. Once the images are generated, I'm presented with 2 options, and I feel that the first one looks the best. I'll add it to the canvas and zoom out slightly to get the whole scene in view. Now that the image is on the canvas, I might want to make a few more adjustments. Perhaps I want to reposition it, moving it down a bit or bringing it inward. To do that, I'll use the AI Generative Expand feature. This allows me to extend the background to add more mountain scenery. Once it's ready, I'll click Generate again and choose the image I prefer. At this point, I've made some edits and I can't make further changes to the expanded portion, but the background looks great. With my image now in place, I'll need to replace one of the characters. Since we've added a generative expansion to the image, it's not as simple as just dragging the character around. Instead, I'll leave this version on the canvas for reference, and then go over to Character and select Insert Character. From here, I'll use the Auto Select tool to identify the existing character and gradually select parts of him. I'll click and drag to define the areas I want to select, but the character's shape isn't an exact match, so I'll need to use the Brush tool to carefully add space around the selection. This method works well for getting started with character placement, and I'll show you another feature shortly. Once I've created enough space for another character, I'll choose Shadow Ronin as my character. After selecting him, I hit Generate again, and I'm presented with a few options. I double-click on the one that fits best and add it to the canvas. Now, we've successfully added our Shadow Ronin to the scene. If I want to make a character taller, I could select more of the area and repeat the process, but for now, I'll just show how to replace characters in a scene. There are other useful features with this tool beyond adding multiple characters. For instance, I can insert more characters into a scene. If I want to add another character, like a character named Catgirl, I can select her from the list. Using my brush tool, I'll paint a small area in front of a mountain and then position Catgirl looking down. After hitting Generate, I'll have two versions of Catgirl staring down, and I can select the one I like. This shows how easy it is to add new characters, but let's try something else. Let's drag a photo into the canvas. I'm going to crop the image a bit to adjust the resolution to 1300 tall. Now, let's say I want to add a character like a Ronin or a Blade to this photograph of a grand temple. I select Eclipse Blade and decide he should be standing with his arms crossed, legs shoulder width apart, exuding a calm but ready stance. After painting the area with my brush, I hit Generate, and I can see two options for placing him in front of the temple. Though the styles don't perfectly match, the blending works well. Next, let's try adding a character to an image with a man. After selecting Auto, I can unselect parts of the image to create a clean cutout. This tool is particularly useful when dealing with complex backgrounds. Now, I'll choose Richie, and I set him to be smiling and reading a book. I hit Generate, and he's placed beside the woman in the original image, blending perfectly. And that's a wrap for today's Dzine AI tutorial. Don't forget to give it a try, and let your creativity run wild. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.